Shalom. Shalom, first and foremost. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rachakwadash, double honors unto our apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, much peace and blessings to all you sincere Akim out there that's pushing this 100% truth with all sincerity, faith, and with charity. This is your brother Ash from the Great Millstone Miami camp, coming back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. The Lord willing, this lesson is edifying unto the elect. It's going to be a real quick lesson going into how we have to come up on our discernment. Okay? We have to come up on our discernment. And the reason I'm doing this lesson is because I have been seeing and have seen in times past, and a little more so recently, which, brothers have spoken on this, I've spoken on this, but the Spirit is getting on me again to speak on it. Have seen brothers share certain images, certain headlines, certain videos of things that were just fake, fake news, fake posts, all right, and we're living in the age of deception. We're living in the age of AI. And as we get closer and closer to the end, it's only going to increase. There's people online that make a living out of sharing fake posts, fake news, fake images, to sell outrage. And the more outrageous something seems, the more so we have to fact check it. And I believe the reason the Spirit is getting on me to do this video is because this is something that's very important. This is something that's very critical. We have to think critically. If we're the prophets of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, we're as watchmen. And as a job of a watchman, it is our duty to look out for certain current events, certain news, and to bring it out, to bring awareness to the people. So we have to be responsible. We have to be diligent in how we do that. All right? It shouldn't be something that's easily brushed off or shrugged off to know that you could potentially be sharing something that's just straight up fake. The Lord gave us this ministry and we have to take it serious. And that's just one of the ways in which we are to take it serious. We can't be so quick to share something without fact checking it. Me personally, every time I see something outrageous, no matter the source, the first thing that comes to my mind is this real? And you know what I do? No matter if it's a brother sharing, no matter who's sharing it, I close the tab, I open Google, and I search it immediately. And if you search something, you see a post, you see a X post or from somebody, supposedly somebody famous or somebody in the government office or whatnot, and you search it, of course, especially if it sounds outrageous, You search it on Google and you don't see no other news media reporting on it. You don't see anybody else talking about it. You know what that means? That means it's fake. And that only takes a couple seconds. And it's free. Google is free, brothers. All right? And this displays our mindsets. Again, we're living in the age of deception. We're living in the age of AI. It's going to get to the point where nothing you see on the internet is real. Especially with the whole, AI videos and AI images. We can't be like the sheeple of this world that just see something on the internet and just eat it up without doing any type of research or fact checking. Especially if you're gonna share it. Especially if you're gonna share it to Akim. Okay. Again, it shows our mindset. We have to think critically. This man Esau Edom. All right, of course, again, you have people on the internet that make a living out of posting fake shit. Why? Because it drives clicks. It stirs outrage. It triggers people. And people get paid off of that. Okay? People are monetizing outrage. And even much more so, you got this man Esau Edom and the powers that be not only make money off that, but mainly they want to deceive people. They want to deceive the minds of people. And greater deceptions are on the way. So we have to train our minds now to think critically, to question everything. Me personally, I question everything. Again, I don't care who it comes from. If I share something, before I believe something, I gotta make sure it's true. I gotta see other people talking about it. I can't just go off one source. All right. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 14, verse 15. The simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his going. Okay, the NLT says only simpletons believe everything they're told. The prudent carefully consider their steps. So we can't be simpletons out here. Okay, we can't be mockingbirds. Because again, we're the Lord's watchmen. We can't be on the watchtower saying something, getting people stirred up based off of random posts, a random retweet or share from somebody, and you haven't even done your due diligence to see if it's true. Especially if it's, again, the more outrageous it sounds, the more likely it's fake. And again, I've seen brothers do this, and I won't even say nothing. Me personally, I won't even say nothing, because the same way I can go on Google and search something, other brothers can too. So if you just see something that just sounds crazy, sounds kind of too crazy to be true, and you just go off of that without verifying it, then that's on you. Google is free. Google is, you know what I mean? You got different search engines. We have to be mature. Okay, and I'm talking to myself first. But the Spirit is on me to bring this out. Alright. This is the book of Acts, chapter 17, and verse 11. No, I start at 10. And the brethren immediately sent away Paul and Silas by night unto Berea, who coming thither went into the synagogue of the Jews. These were more noble than those in Thessalonica, in that they received the word with all readiness in mind, and searched the scriptures daily whether those things were so. The NLT says, and the people of Berea were more open-minded than those in Thessalonica, and they listened eagerly to Paul's message. They searched the scriptures day after day to see if Paul and Silas were teaching the truth. Okay, so the scriptures call them noble, more noble, to be more on point, because they fact check what Paul said. So that gives you a glimpse into their mindset. They weren't simpletons. They saw something and said, you know what, let me check that out. They said, what they say, you gotta listen with a grain of salt. I'm gonna hear you out. I'm gonna listen to what you're saying. I'm gonna hear you out, but then I'm gonna go fact check it. Okay? Not so quick to discredit someone, but not so quick to credit someone either. Because they had to prove it to themselves. And that is a necessary skill. You know, being able to think critically and to be able to research, do proper research, is a critical skill that we must all learn. Because we're living in the age of deception. And the deceptions are going to get greater. Alright? Yahushua said what? False Hamashiach, false prophets going to rise and show many great miracles, that if it were so, they would deceive the very elect. I think about that scripture all the time. And we see how that's going to happen. We see it playing out right now. But things are going to happen that we can't even imagine right now. That's how great the deceptions are going to be. So we have to train our minds to think this way right now. Okay? You got to train your mind to, when you seeing the AI video, you know it's AI. It's getting harder. I ain't gonna lie, it's getting harder. You know, sometimes I get fooled for a split second. But that's why the Lord has given us this grace period right now, to train our minds. Because the masses of people are going to fall victim to these deceptions that's coming. But the elect won't be deceived. Okay, and it's going to take the Spirit of the Lord. It's going to take thinking critically. It's going to take listening with a grain of salt. It's going to take fact checking to make it through these deceptions. All right. And ultimately, it's going to take the Spirit of the Lord. But again, we got to train our minds now. All right. So again, I didn't want to make this lesson long. Okay, just something I wanted to bring out through the Spirit of the Lord. And was that fine with that? I'm going to say shalom.